Welcome to First Bank Stadium. We're off of I-25, right off 128th Avenue here, getting set for a big matchup as we come down to the final week in 5A in the regular season. The playoffs will start next week, and a huge game tonight in the 5A Front Range. It is Legacy coming down from Boulder to take on Legacy taking on Fairview coming down from Boulder. Fairview number 2 in the power rankings that we watch. Legacy number 11. Win this one, you get a share of the Front Range League title, and you're guaranteed a home game next week when the playoffs start. I'm Cory, Lopez, Marty, Cesario alongside. Let's talk about this one as they get ready to kick it off here. Legacy will be in their home navy blues with the gold numbers here, and they'll kick it away. They deferred to the second half. Huge game for Legacy coming in here. Get a win. You set yourself up very nicely. On the other side of things, for Fairview, lose, you're still probably going to get a number 1 seed, but old Mo goes away for you as you head into the playoffs.
It reminds me of a quote from Coach Schultz from Grandview last week, where it's not so much about being undefeated. This is the wrong time to take a setback. Right. You want to maintain the momentum. Fairview's in that position to be undefeated. If they play their style of football, they're going to be quite okay with guys like Johnny Photo and all the talented people they have, and I think they're much more physical than most folks around the state give them credit for. Legacy, I think, stays sharp. They've been on a roll, 5 wins in a row, just 2 losses by a total of 10 points. Certainly a squad that you have to recognize as one of the top 15 in the entire state of Colorado.
Oh, absolutely. They are a very good team. Will they be able to keep that? I love that. They've got the confetti cannons already working here, and Fairview will start with the football here as we get rolling. First down and 10 from the 20. Johnny Photo, the senior. How about the number of seniors for Coach McCartney out there? It's unbelievable. They are a very experienced club. Photo looking to pass, as they will do a lot of, in and out of the hands of the receiver, knocked away nicely by the defensive back that time as we see knocking it down. Well, Evan Baugh will be in the middle of a lot of things. Baugh got in there and got a hand.
Steve DePanier, the tight end, we're going to see a lot from him. I talked to Coach McCartney about 48 being just kind of that safety guy, and he has a knack for always being in the right spots. Photo can find him, whether he's scrambling around. 48's the guy he's going to go to.
Photo going to dump it out here to the near side on the catch. That's Tim Ryan. Ryan's got some room down this near side. Ryan racing, a little stiff arm there. Nicely done, and still on his feet. Finally pulled down from behind inside the 10-yard line. The touchdown saving tackle by Hayden Anderson, and you could see he was pushing Rodriguez in the face mask the whole way down, picking up about 40 yards while he was doing that.
Give some credit away from ball. David Molina coming down across the line of scrimmage. There were 2 blockers set up. Molina was one of them, 53 on the right side of that offensive line to do a good job hustling. Tim Ryan read the blocks and was well on his way.
68 yards on the catch and run by Tim Ryan, and Fairview in business in the red zone here. They'll go from the 12-yard line. Photo looking, stands straight up, throw over the middle, a little behind his receiver, but he's wrapped up there. That's DePanier with the catch right over the middle. They like to get him right in the middle part of that field. He's a tough one to bring down.
I love that he wears 48, by the way. I'm thinking Mountain West football or Bronco fans would remember Todd Christensen. He's that kind of guy. You know, maybe the way he advances down the field isn't the most athletic thing possible, but he's always in a good spot, as I said, and his hands are super soft. They'll always catch the football.
Quarterback, of course, Johnny Photo's thrown for over 2,300 yards this season. 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions altogether.
One of the first notes that Coach McCartney offered to me, I just, throw him a softball during our production call. What makes Photo so special? I've seen him once, but, you tell me. He goes to the ratio of TDs to interceptions, and then after that he says, well, it's about him having the ability to keep a play alive.
Yeah. And he does that quite well.
Absolutely. We'll see Johnny Photo hopping around the football field, making defenders very angry and frustrated in any ball game.
Well, how about this? 2 for 3 through the air for Johnny Photo. We're early on. He's completed 2 of the 3 passes, and he's got 78 yards. That's not bad right there.
Efficient in terms of statistical productivity.
Talk about
Photo.
Yeah.
Right there with his pink hanky, getting ready to set up.
Carlo Kemp is number 55 behind you. That's not unusual. They'll run Kemp in the backfield a lot, and that's who's going to get the football. Right side, touchdown from 2 yards out, and Fairview is on the board very quickly. We are 46 seconds into the game.
Love that jumbo package. Told Coach he can do that anytime for our own entertainment. 55, Carlo Kemp has Pac-12 Big Ten Mountain West offers. He's a lineman because of the personnel, but they can go there, and he has the physical ability to do some things with football in his hands.
The extra point up from the center of the field, up, and it is good. That's Raul Magno, there we go. I want to say mango. It's not. It's M-A-G-N-O, Magno. With the extra point, makes it 7-0 as we get rolling here. During today's game, don't forget, we're going to recognize one player as the next level student athlete player of the game, and each week one player will receive a one-year scholarship to the next level student athletes game plan high school program. You can get more information. Go to nextlevelsa.com. That's nextlevelsa.com. Well, it wasn't meant to be a quick strike, but the 68-yard catch and run by Tim Ryan set everything up for Fairview, and they take that early lead, 7-0, Marty, for Legacy. Real important. You like to kind of keep that ball away from Johnny Photo and the rest of the Knights.
Yeah, at minimum, you want to make them take their time to advance down the field, but Photo and Ryan, and I had mentioned the lineman David Molina had other ideas. Kind of a nice moment for Tim Ryan. In the 22 years that Coach McCartney has been at the helm at Fairview High School, he's only had one guy ever be a four-year starter. Tim Ryan is that guy. And here he is in his last regular season football game.
Seems like we've been calling out his name for ever and ever and ever, and I guess that's the case. Tyler Medina does the pertinent thing. Ball comes right to him. He'll just kneel down on a great field position, though, for Legacy. They'll start at their own 39.
Legacy's been on a roll at improving themselves offensively. Defense has been playing pretty well. Didn't work out so well in that first defensive series, but here are the guys out there in blue with the pink spat and pink socks. They've been improving, piling on more points as of recent.
Matt Lynch, the quarterback, he's going to pitch it back to Connor Connolly. Connolly gets into the line. Looked like trouble there early on. Kabidi is there with the tackle, but he found a little bit of a seam, got it to the 40.
A lot of one-back set and spread formations for Legacy under Coach Wayne Voorhees. Connor there is the most physical. KJ Robinson will come in, and he'll be maybe more of a speed thing. Not to say that Connor doesn't have that, but kind of runs angrily, 23 back there behind Lynch.
Lynch looking here to the near side, a little out route, in and out of the hands that time. He was looking for Delvin. They say flag down, so pass interference probably against Jordan Carrolls. We'll have to see what the call is. Carrolls was draped on him pretty good.
One of those games with two good squads, top 15 in wild card points. Fairview, number 3 in the Chasanow poll. Legacy receiving votes, including mine.
Yeah.
After doing research on what they've been doing.
Big win over Monarch last week, beat it by a touchdown, 28-21, and that is a huge win.
Only losses to Fountain Fort Carson by 6 and to Rocky 10-6.
Working on that middle there as they hand the ball up the middle, and again it's Connolly. Right in the middle of things is Kalash Graham Bell. He's a big body to try to move out of the way.
Mentioned that Rocky game, Coach explaining to me, you got to qualify the story. They gave up a punt return for a touchdown early in that game. Didn't allow anything else after that.
Wow.
Lost 10-6, so needed more productivity from their offense. And then, again, lost to the Fountain Fort Carson Trojans. Both of those squads, Rocky and FFC, have been or are currently top 10 in 5A.
And Fountain bouncing back. Look out to the left side. Lynch kept it himself. Nobody saw it until the end. Lynch down to the 1-yard line. Matt Lynch. Great read that time as he slipped out. Trevor Stern will save the touchdown, but Lynch, I was watching Connolly, as was probably 8 out of the 11 guys for Fairview. go to the far side. Lynch had it the whole time.
I was watching Jack Rusher, the wide receiver downfield, put on a great block, and I like the presence of Lynch on the run, using that long frame, calling out for the block. Number 4 picked it up, took care of that defender. Lynch able to advance and get real tight to where Legacy is threatening right here.
39-yard run. Connolly gets it this time, skips his way through, leaning. Did he get there? Not quite.
Lynch, number 5 on the right side of your screen, showing he can also run the football, a commit to Colorado State. Plenty of people looking, but when you get down on the field, you get a look at Lynch. He's got that size at 6'5", grew 5 inches from last football season. And when you get down next to him, you're like, I'd like to punch the Xbox button and get him going in Madden or whatever. I mean, he's just got that D1 look. 2nd
and goal. They'll go with the 2 backs in the backfield. The pistol set. Lynch. Connolly looking for room. Got it. Touchdown. Legacy. A point away from tying this thing up.
Nice answer for the Lightning after what occurred to their defense to get this ball game going.
Well, you knew they were going to stay on the ground. Legacy. Boy, swift 39-yard run by Matt Lynch. Got him down to the 2, and then Connolly finishes it off from the 1-yard line.
Nice job on goal line, too. Guys blocking up front like Patrick Hernan and Troy Craddock. A little bit of a gap. Allow Connolly able to blast through.
Rainwater with the extra point. Up and good. We're all tied at 7. Well, how about that? That one took let's see. Carry that with the deal, put it up with the
2:16.
Minute and a half ish. Or you got 2:16?
2:16 following up the score from Fairview.
Took 46 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go.
A 2-minute answer, which is perfect, again, because Fairview, a team that you have to respect offensively, right? I mean, that's their identity. They're going to put points on the board and run all over the place. Took 45 seconds to get a touchdown on the board in a game with this kind of importance where you're fighting for a conference title. Legacy, unshaken.
Yeah. Move
down the field, get a nice long run from Lynch, punch one in with Connolly, even 7-7. Let us continue.
The kick away, and this one by Rainwater all the way back into the middle of the end zone. Fairview will go from their own 20-yard line here, and well, the makings of a shootout. Both teams, as we mentioned, can put some points up on the board. How about last week? Fairview escaped the game against Fossil Ridge. That was, we were watching that one while we were doing the game of the week last week, and Fairview ended up pulling it out. Come into this game 8-0. Johnny Photo back out there ready to go from that shotgun as he looks to the far side. Now in trouble. Pockets pushing him. And he can run. Got some real estate. Steps out at about the 25. They're going to put him about the 24-yard line.
Good pressure on the part of the defensive Legacy. Mitch Burdick. And I believe that defensive end on the near side, 87. Derek Coleman, who's been playing very, very well, getting behind the line of scrimmage, but then you learn. Photo not only can hop around, but has the speed to advance past you very quickly.
Pistol set again for him, setting up the smoke route to that far side. It's caught over there in a little bit of room. Ducking his way through is Connor May. May across the 35-yard line. They'll put it just across that 35, enough to move the chains.
Just great execution. Everybody set up, including the blockers coming downfield. Apply 2 on the guys in blue jerseys, and that allows Connor May to advance and get the first down just that quickly.
And again, that's that smoke rat. You bring it right back to the middle part of the field. The linebackers, you got to come back in and take that one. First down and 10, they go from their own 35-yard line. Photo looks far side, in and out of the hands. Intended receiver McWilliams over on the far side. Pretty good coverage that time. We saw Caleb Martin, one of the defensive captains out there, was right with him.
Legacy defensively, that front 4, which is 5 right now, doing a good job getting across. That one was just a quick shot, short route.
A run slot left this time. Rolling, Photo, that pocket moving with him, fires too high. Good coverage that time. That's Quentin Rodriguez out there. He hit the receiver. That was a tough one. It was right on the fingertips anyway, but Rodriguez really let McWilliams know that he was there.
Well, big play for the Legacy defense. You force a third down situation. Even stop the rhythm of Fairview, which, as they pick up 5, then a first down, another 6, first down, kind of stop the rhythm. And I got a big play here where they can make a stop and maybe force a punt.
Photo's got it, looking, now fires to the left side, a little high, that's a first down and more. Look out, May's got some room down that far side. There he goes. A little juke inside, pulled down from behind at about the 21-yard line. Coming back to make the play was Hayden Anderson. Anderson saved the long run by Tim Ryan the last time, and he was the last line of defense catching up to May.
How about the presence of May? Understands what's in front of him. He saw as he made that turn on the quick curl that everybody flowed to the interior. So I'm going to go back. Reverses himself around and makes a big play all the way to the 20.
44 yards that time. Ryan's got it as he tries to get to the outside and a good open field tackle, and that's Jared Crockett right on him.
Great job blasting through that block. Is that Crockett or Jackson Holman, number 3 for Legacy? And again, perfect setup there. And Holman shed that blocker, able to make a play.
Just 2 yards on the play to Ryan. Second down and 10. Photo setting up that crossing route, almost intercepted. He had to stand tall in the pocket. He was looking for May, and the opportunity was there for Evan Baugh just momentarily.
Jackson Holman again making a play. Read that very easily. Got in the mix. Ball popped up. The bolt. Evan Baugh almost collected himself an interception.
Still in the first quarter. Plenty of action going on here. 7-7. Fairview trying to get it going. Strong side sets up on this right side. Photo looking, fires left side and caught, and immediately dropped McWilliams there, and the coverage by Anderson down around the 13-yard line is where they're going to put it. It'll be close to a first down. They'll have to look at it. Nope, hands up. It'll be fourth down.
No hesitation whatsoever. See Photo and his crew in white, the Knights, immediately up to the line of scrimmage. They're going for it.
We're ready to go. You've got about a yard to go. Got to get it down to the 12. Almost got the defender to jump. McWilliams and everyone else turns to the sideline. Now they'll call timeout here on 4th and 2 and decide what to do. As we get rolling along here today, let's mention our sponsors. Colorado Football Magazine, the only high school football magazine in Colorado. 6-0 strength, training athletes for the highest level of competition, and of course the next level student athlete of the game, the player of the game. These businesses making a difference in Colorado high school sports.
I don't think either one of those squads was ready. I like the pace and, go for it, get the line of scrimmage, but you saw Legacy almost jump off the line of scrimmage. Very fortunate flag didn't
that
fall.
Was close. And, and in federation, in college and pros, as long as you don't make the guy move, you kind of get in there a little bit and get back the reps. They'll give that to you. Boy, here in high school, they're going, nope, once you're into that neutral zone, it's over.
On the other side, Photo, you saw him looking over to the sideline. They clearly didn't have a connection in terms of what the play call was.
Connor May is off to the left side. They've got slot right here. Ryan is on the outside here on the right. McWilliams in the slot. Looking to the left side. That is May over there. Caught at the 5. Little spin move. Holding the jersey. Knocked down at the 3-yard line. Anderson holding on for dear life there. And a good catch over on the far side.
Well, in terms of tendencies, we've seen that twice. Went a huge play to get the Knights into this position by Connor May, but he likes to make that spin move back to the outside, the far side boundary. Credit defensively, Evan Baugh coming up to make the finish very strongly. to disallow May to advance across the goal line.
Yeah, rattled the teeth a little bit. First and goal from the 2 now as they get set. Turns, he'll hand off the big guy. Ooh, he's in trouble. Not going to get there. Great penetration that time. Carlo Kemp couldn't get it going. You see Ba right in the middle of it, but give big credit to Derek Coleman there for legacy in the middle of that and the rest of that front 4.
Well, you do a good job if you can stop 55, Carlo Kemp. He's huge. He's gigantic. You cannot deny that. Kemp, 6'3", 250. 3 different guys driving him backwards. I just think that's a bunch of guys battling for it, but the flag fell, and we're going to get our verdict right here.
So a first and goal, and you get to move it to the 1-yard line. Not sure where it came from, but now they're all up on the line. Photo sets him in motion. Hey, look at that. Little double wing. Give it off to him anyway. They finish it with Kemp falling over the line. Hey, that little robust tee, as they call it. Coach McCartney still teaches that. These guys for the Knights know it. When you get down inside that 5-yard line, it works very well.
Very efficient with Carlo Kemp running the football.
Kemp with 2 touchdowns here.
Uh-huh.
Running all of 3 yards together between the 2. The extra point try is good, and a touchdown lead for Fairview. They've got it back here with 6:02 left to go here in this first quarter. You can get your school's games live streamed, whether it's basketball, hockey, rugby, or any other sport. Just email Phil at streamitsports.com for the details.
Only took Fairview 2 minutes to answer the counter from Legacy, which, of course, came after the explosive opening from the Fairview Knights offense. We are going to have some points on this scoreboard here this evening.
Yeah.
Now, Legacy, Coach Voorhees pointing out, their defense has only given up 103 points so far this season. In 8 games, that's 12.5 roughly per game. And you have to include a couple of touchdowns in comfy time at the end of ball games.
Right.
He's really saying his defense is underrated. Well, like most programs, you're going to have a hard time dissecting, figure out, and solving the Fairview Knights offense, and we're seeing that so far. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the guys in white, the Knights.
Fairview hasn't kicked it deep, and they will squib it once again. Bounding ball in the air. Take it by the up man. He's just going to fall down on top of it at the 22-yard line once again. Well, the smart thing to do, you give it back to your offense there, but again, as that ball kind of travels through, maybe you let your deep man go ahead and take it, and you put together a return.
We might see that adjustment as we progress further into the ball game, where they tell those up men, just let it roll.
Yep, we got it back here.
By design, return man knows he's got to go up there and make a clean attempt at getting that football and then advancing forward, see if we can make big plays happen.
By the way, Fairview's drive, 9 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes, 56 seconds. Rolling here to the near side. Lynch got a man and knocked away. Oh, so close. Tim Ryan spotted it, was coming back on it there that time. He was looking for Coleman. But again, that pass, not on time.
A little bit late in the development, and also a better play by Tim Ryan, who's also a wide receiver. You called him out, 2-way player, but he was reading quarterback, recognized there's something happening behind me here, and immediately swiveled his hips, retreated, almost got himself a pick.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 now. First incompletion for Ryan, who, by the way, hasn't had to throw at all, and whammo. Carlo Kemp says hello in the backfield that time. Running back just had absolutely nowhere to go. That's Camille Robinson, the senior, that got the football and then got a face full of Kemp.
Miscommunication and adjustment along that Legacy offensive line. Ryan, number 3, center your screen, was on the edge. And then they were bringing Carlo Kemp from a stand-up position right over the middle. Which one do you go with? Well, the answer obviously wasn't solved because Carlo Kemp got in there and blasted that ball carrier.
Typically it's block inside then out, but that was a jailbreak, at least on this near side. So a big 3rd down and 17 now. Rolling, Lynch, is he going to keep it himself? Yep, he's already crossed the line. Now he wants a block, lowers the head and falls forward to about the 28-yard line. Kibadi was there
Tim Ryan saying no first down. Matt Lynch enjoying the contact, using that big body of his.
You don't see a lot of quarterbacks do it. Obviously, you get older in college and in the pros, you don't see it. In high school, guys are a little more limited. But I'll tell you what, he looked like he really relished that one.
Well, if I sprouted to 6'5", I'd probably want to use some of that, right? Hey, look what I am.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah, and he's only growing. But Tim Ryan was correct, the Fairview defender. It does force the punting situation.
Setting up for a return here. Good hang time on that one, and the return man backed away from it. Baugh decided not to come up and get it. It'll be touchdown at the 21-yard line.
That's a football punt right there, Mitch
Yeah.
Mueller. Got to have those if you're going to have stops in the game. We don't expect to have many. Fairview's defense just did that. And then Legacy, if anything, least amount of damage. Mitch Mueller sends one sky high. And sets up Fairview at about the 21, right?
Yeah, a good spot, first down and 10 for Fairview here. Legacy defense now going to turn it up a little bit. Handoff, picking his way through. That's Jason Harvey, his first carry here tonight as he picks his way up and over the top. Troy Fawcett was there on the tackle.
Jason Harvey, very fun to watch, very popular in the Fairview community. Not exactly perfect, slightly banged up. He does have the green light in this one. That's his first carry there, but he offers so much balance to what Photo and all his receivers do in the pass game.
When they hand the ball off, it's so surprising when they're not inside the 5-yard line. Tipped up over the top. Harvey will get a catch and a run this time up to about the 28-yard line. And there is Evan Baugh in on the tackle. They set up Harvey in the wheel route.
That's why Baugh plays that bolt position. You've called him out so many times. That's the rover, the monster. He shadows the football and goes and makes plays. 34, doing a nice job so far, but he and his defenders, Baugh there, 34, coming down bottom of your screen, have to find a way to stop this Knights offense.
Photo rolling with the pocket to the far side now. Right-handed quarterback, keep in mind, now he's going to tuck and dive. Where are they going to spot him down? Watch where the sideline judge comes over about the 28, right back to the original line of scrimmage. But he leaped about 5 yards, but he'd already stepped out of bounds, and it brings up fourth down.
That's a great job by that far side defensive end, Logan Paulson. He had to battle the entire way getting to the sideline, eventually flush Photo out.
Legacy not totally convinced, again, that there'll be a rugby-style kick out of this, and that's what Fairview can do. Photo would end up doing the punting here, and now they're going to call timeout. 3:33 to go here in this first quarter, a 14-7 game, very entertaining game at that. Get the only magazine in Colorado featuring every school in the state's football program, featuring some of the top players that include the All-Colorado team. Colorado Football Magazine. Order yours today at coloradofootballmagazine.com. Talked about the PowerPoints. You mentioned the rankings according to chassa.com or chassa.org, excuse me. And the Rocky, and I almost said Rocky Mountain News. Max Preps. That's
Shout out to Rocky Preps.
That's right.
The old days.
That's right. And the Denver Post. Just about everybody kind of going with the same run in the AP. Fairview number 2 in the PowerPoint rankings, and Legacy in the power in the points 11th, as we said in the pregame coming in here. So. Big changes could happen with a win for either team. By the way, Ralston Valley, the top team in power points. Grandview, the number 1 team, ranking-wise, is sitting 3 in power points. Kaboom! Evan Baugh on to Pannier, but it's enough for first down. Boy, you like big hits? Getting them here, aren't we?
The victor is the Fairview Knights, though, continuing their drive.
Hand off Harvey this time. Scatting his way through there. He just got tripped up at the 40-yard line, but a nice little run. Might have even tripped over one of his own guys trying to scat. I'm surprised to get to where he was as he's hopping back and forth. They'll put the ball at the 41, actually.
Duncan Heath, the guard there on the right side, 54, was downfield about 3-4 yards, trying to make a block. Harvey read it properly, tried to make the cut to the inside, either tripped on Heath or the turf.
2nd and 2. Photo's still got it, and he'll lean forward to the 45-yard line into the arms of Fawcett, who is over there on that far side. Also, Caleb Martin.
Nice ball fake on the part of Johnny Photo. Just enough to continue the first down. If you've just joined us, Fairview has yet to be stopped offensively.
Yeah, that 4th and 2 went ahead and went for it. Got 5 out of it. And now here they're rolling. First down and 10. They're at their own 45. Photo looking to pass. In trouble now. Still on his feet. He has escaped so far. Houdini, what are you going to do? Throw it back across the field. It's caught there at the 49-yard line, and that doesn't look good as Tim Ryan is down. He came down very awkwardly, but he'll make the catch. Ran about 50 yards, got about 4 out of it, but that is tough news as Ryan is pounding his fist on the ground.
That was chaos footballified, because Photo, what allowed him to get to that outside to where he was able to stand and kind of look back across the other side of the field was 2 legacy defenders banged into each other. So that allowed Photo to get away. And then, unfortunately for Fairview and their offense, back the other way, it wasn't just one guy waiting for the football. It was 2 different receivers. Ryan made the catch, but...
And 2 DBs. I'll just throw that in there, too.
And 2 DBs, exactly. So, and then it's a collision. Tim Ryan, I would imagine with his kind of toughness.
Yeah, he didn't even want help up.
No.
He's
Stay away from me. I don't like you.
I know. By the way, Colorado businesses, you can be a part of these broadcasts. Sponsorship opportunities limited, so contact us to secure a spot in next week's broadcast or for future games. So it's good to see Ryan up and around. Take him out of this play right here. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Got to get to just short of the 45-yard line of Legacy to keep the drive going here. But 2nd and 5, you can do a lot of things. Photo, pistol set, and Harvey's got it. He'll cut it back up, hit in the backfield, and down he goes. May not have even gotten back to the line of scrimmage. How about Dominic Castillo with the hit in the backfield?
Good job blowing things up by Castillo. 43, just on the right side in that backer position. That time, all of the lightning, whether it was by design with stunts or whatever, I didn't see a lot of blitzing happening. Doing a great job. All that front 6 or 7 doing a good job getting away from blockers.
3rd and 5 now. Throw to the right side. That's a first down catch on the far side over there at about the 43. Found Connor May.
So far in this game, first quarter, May is owning that far side. And I like that, piece of technical work. He knew exactly what he needed to get to, was in the right spot, and once he collected the football, wasn't really trying to make a fancy play.
Got 2 receivers who made catches of it, have over 74 yards apiece. Ryan and May going deep, make it more. Oh, through the fingers of Tim Ryan. He got his fingertips on it, on the coverage. Was Crockett, but he's watched it come right over his helmet, and it slipped right down through the fingers and the arms and down in front of me. He thinks he should have had it. A lot of people would think, well, it's Tim Ryan. He'll want that one back.
I think most of the boys on film day on Monday are going to agree that he should have had that. One of those rare moments if you follow Legacy football. They're missing a key player, the shutdown guy, 21 Brandon Simmons, who's on crutches walking across the field right now. That's an RMAC possible D1 kid. He is not playing football for Legacy right now.
2nd and 10. Photo trying to step up in the pocket. Nothing there. Big sack. Alec Lewis will get credit for that one. Credit Brendan Fennon as well down low. Photo wanted to step up in the ladder, wanted to step up, but there wasn't anything there. That was good inside pressure.
Nice play. Brendan Fannin just recently joined the program, had to wait it out. Coach says he's been making impact. I said with those 2 guys you just mentioned, Fannin and Devin Morales, they doing stuff for you? He said, yeah. Fannin's really playing well for us.
3rd and 18 now for the Knights. Going left to right here. Looking to the left side. Photo's out of the pocket and running. Where's he going? How about running the other way? And he'll put it up in the air. Got a receiver down there. Caught And it will be a fantastic touchdown, McWilliams.
Well, I might lean over to the staff for Stream It Sports. That's one of those that you have to do the extra work, whether it's midnight or not. Chop that baby up and let's share that thing, because that was an outstanding football play.
David McWilliams just kept working with his quarterback sign. Go back the other way. The sophomore will get the touchdown, 50 yards. Now you've got 3 receivers with over 50 yards of receiving.
Included in that play, Griffin Henry with the awesome crackback block to free Photo.
So Photo, the 50-yard touchdown pass. That is his, by the way, first touchdown pass of the game. I know there's been a couple of big catches here. That's the first time his receiver has actually made it into the end zone. So McWilliams with the catch. Yeah, I mentioned the other 2 guys. Tim Ryan, obviously, 3 catches, 74 yards. Connor May, 4 catches, 75 yards. So, okay, figure that out. That's 200 yards of receiving just between those 3 guys, at least.
Look at the guys across the way on the bench. DePanier, 48. High five from McWilliams from one of his linemen. Photo. They're huffing and puffing, big smiles on their faces. We just did something special, didn't we? Yeah, that's affirmative.
That is definitely affirmative.
How long was that play?
50 yards. 12-play drive, by the way. 79 yards. And Fairview ready to kick it off here. Just 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Is that 30 or 3 minutes? 3 seconds. My apologies. That's right. They go with the tenths of a second. So, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter there. By the way, a 4-minute, 46-minute drive. Easy to figure out. 3 seconds left on the clock as we change the quarters here. Let's make mention, can you survive the dungeon? Join elite personal trainers Famey and Megan in the new Dungeon X competition classes. Email Matt at 60strength.com with the subject, I can handle the dungeon, for more information. Well, 21-7, playing out just the way Fairview would like for Legacy. Could not answer, 3 and out, punted it away. Defense slowing them down, but each time Fairview's had the ball, they've been able to put it in the end zone.
And what we're seeing is that ability to keep things alive for Johnny Photo. One of those frustrating games where Legacy, their defenders are getting across. They've made a couple of plays here and there, but you can't consistently do it every single time. We've seen Photo be able to crack 1 or 2 big plays, including that sensational highlight clip of him running around, getting back across far side of the field and heaving it downfield and finding McWilliams for a 50-yard score.
Early scores in the first. Lakewood up on Columbine 14-7 in the Jeffco. Dangerous teams in the playoffs. Oh, ball's in the ground there. Lynch just got to fall on top of it.
Let's go, Lightning! Don't put your hands down. Let's go.
Well, they're going backwards after starting at their own 30-yard line here. Now they're back at about the 28. Looked like just a miscommunication there. Trips to the bottom part of your screen. Lynch looking here. Got a receiver out there wide, and that's Rauscher. Rauscher breaks a tackle. Moves across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Up to make the tackle. Trevor Stern was there.
It's one of those situations where, as football coach and a squad, to maintain your discipline, your setup offensively, have to block out what you've been watching from the team in white.
Yeah.
Your opponents. Let's do what we do, and we've been doing it very well recently in the football season. Continue to do that. We'll work on the defensive side, make some stops.
Only a 2-score game, 3rd and 4. Lynch rolling, going to the air, in and out. Oh, it's caught, but he's out of bounds. Tipped up in the air that time by Rodriguez, and nifty catch by Hayden Anderson over there, but his foot was on the boundary line.
Yeah, not choosing sides, but I wanted that to be a legitimate play.
Yeah,
because then I will start pushing around the Stream at Sports staff is, look, we got to build a montage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find an Incubus music track for you to roll under it.
Very
okay.
Nice. Well, Legacy back to punt here. Back-to-back 3-and-outs if they so choose here on 4th down and 3. And they will indeed. End-over-end punt this time. And it'll roll down on the flubber. Gets pretty good bounce all the way down to the 10.
Mueller's having some impact. His team's down 14, but the punter, Mitch Mueller, doing a real nice job.
43 yards on the punt.
Johnny Photo and his offensive crew, their answer is that just adds to our stats. We have to go further down the field.
Yeah, that's, well, the confidence that they're playing with, absolutely. So here comes Fairview and Johnny Photo back out there ready to go. Jason Harvey on his hip. Looks, oh, and a nice scoop there by May. Just a couple of yards that time. That was a tough one to make. Anderson's there. Ba is there on the tackle.
That was no soft toss either. Photo zipped that baby, and May able to bend over and just pick that ball out of the turf.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice catch.
Keeping an eye on those defensive linemen for Legacy. They put in a lot of effort. And you know they're down 14. Will we see that physical effect on them?
2nd and 7, end around. We got a little something cooking. Yeah, Ryan's going to throw it deep. Got his man down there at the 40-yard line. How about that? Tim Ryan finds Connor May at the 40.
And Johnny Photo's going to have a lot of time now. The blitzing has gone away for Legacy. They're going with their standard 4-man rush. They're substituting guys in their D-line rotation. But if Legacy isn't able to get back there and start messing with 17, which we've seen, except for Photo gets away from them.
Yeah.
Photo's going to have plenty of time to pick apart that secondary.
By the way, 28-yard pickup here, and pistol set time. And there's Tim Ryan down the sideline. He has to be pushed out of bounds. He's not stepping out over there. They'll put him at the 49. Ba is over there again. I mean, Jared Crockett is over there. It's the cornerbacks that are making the tackles. They're going to put it back at the 47-yard line. Say he stepped out there.
Well, Tim Ryan, who we saw laying on his back, he has that mentality that a lot of the football players out there have right now. We're not figuring things out anymore. We're pushing towards the playoffs.
Yep, 2nd and 4 now. Photo all day. Look out. And time has not run out. Guess what? He flicks it to Kemp, who gets to about the 44-yard line. Ba has to come up and make the tackle on that one there. How about that? Is he an eligible receiver? I don't think he was in the backfield. Harvey was back there, but maybe as a tight end. There's a flag down as well.
That's what the discussion is. You can see the head official pointing to the spot that Kemp was.
Did he check in? Yep.
Right. A lot of the fathers underneath us, which were in the press suite above the Legacy crowd, they're the home team, kind of misreading that this might be NFL officiating, because if Johnny Photo was touched like that in an NFL game, they would paint his toenails, probably wave him down,
That's
right, feed him grapes.
What you're saying is in the grasp.
Possibly.
Yeah. Oh, not here. Not in high school football.
I like that.
I do too. Especially when you've got an elusive quarterback like that. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Here we go. 3rd and 25 now. He'll step up, go deep. He's got a man down the seam, and it's knocked away.
Great
Jared
coverage.
Crockett right there. Tim May, the intended receiver that time, although he did have a slot receiver, his tight end, to Panier, actually down the middle of the field as well. He was about 5 yards back.
That's just great coverage. And that's the good side of what I was describing, where a lot less rush coming from the Lightning. Pull everybody back, and instead of trying to mess with the quarterback is, look, we'll just deny him any targets. So good job. First stop of the night for the Legacy defense.
Absolutely. As we said, 4th and Boulder County to go here. 4th and 25. So
after we change sides, we'll spend some time with Frank Lee, the athletic director at Fairview.
Yeah. There we go. There is your rugby-style kick. And whoop, bobbled, but he fell on top of it at the 41-yard line. That one got up on the pads on Anderson that time. Good job to flop back on top of it.
With us is Frank Lee, the athletic director of Fairview High School. And Frank, from what we've seen so far, and we're getting used to this stuff, try not to be blasé about it. When you got a kid like that, an athlete in your program like Johnny Photo, how does it make you feel in terms of how special that kid is?
Oh, he really is. He's magical, and he's one of those kids who plays baseball, he plays basketball, plays football, and you don't find that very often anymore. So he just likes to play games.
Legacy will start first down and 10. They're going to go to Robinson, and again, he's got no room to go off that left side. In there for Fairview. See Nathan Bayers there. Carlo Kemp just calling them out.
You have a successful football program. McCartney's taken them to 3 state championship games. Here you are undefeated again. What's your vibe and feel? You've seen a lot of these teams. With this squad in 2014, how do you feel about them as we progress toward the playoffs?
Well, it's funny because in 2000, 2002, and 2003, we went to the state championship each game, and we had 2 different teams. And Tom does a really good job of matching his talent with the scheme that they use, and so it's never the same. I think in 2002 we threw the ball maybe twice all year.
Right.
In 2003 we maybe
Uh-huh.
ran the ball twice. Last year we had a really successful team. A new cast this year. There are very few returners, and so Johnny's made some things happen that without him I don't know that we'd have happen offensively. He's brought his receivers along really well. Jason Harvey's done a great job in the backfield. Carlo, of course, is a force. And defensively, we have a new defensive coordinator, Aaron Hickman, and I think he's done a great job getting people in the right position.
Well, they looked very good tonight. They gave up the 7 points in that long drive, but since then, 3 and outs, and we may have another procedure penalty here.
That's something I like to point out, too, when we're offside and off assignment is, don't dismiss that Fairview can play physical with you, too. And they're even missing one guy tonight, and Luke Miller, he's out, and he'll be back for the playoffs. We talk about Coach McCartney, 22 years, 3 state championships. You talk about he's even done it with variance. For you as an athletic director, how would you describe how fortunate you are to have a coach like that in your program?
Well, he's done a tremendous job, and I think that the thing that's oftentimes overlooked is sometimes you struggle to become to get your program where you want it to be. And his early years, he struggled to win, and the last probably 15 or 16 years, he's been very, very successful in the record. But I think he was successful all the way in just leading people to become as good as they can be, both on and off the field.
Yeah, Tim Ryan with the tackle there. There's another athlete. I mean, obviously, Photo's not the only one. Tim Ryan's thrown a pass here, plays both ways. I mean, the lineup here, the talent that you have, I mean, this is another one of those. It was fun to see down inside the 5-yard line. They still run that robust tee. He doesn't throw that out.
Right.
Tom doesn't throw those out.
I used to coach football for a number of years, and I don't know that I would have gone 4th and 3 inside the 28. Just saying. But
but there
he
was.
has enough confidence to do it. He did it. Timmy is also a tremendous baseball player. A gifted player. And he's really come so far on both sides of the ball this year. I don't know if anybody works any harder in the weight room than he does.
Well, here the defense fording what we see might be a punting situation. Mitch Mueller for Legacy has had himself an excellent game punting the football. Wouldn't really like to be out there so much, right?
It'd be another 3 and out if indeed they are going to punt it away, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to keep it away from Ryan, and we'll get a Legacy bounce, roll down inside that 30-yard line.
Football team successful. They're undefeated, and they've got themselves a 14-point lead. here in the fall, you got another squad that's just having an outstanding season. Coach Brooke Simmons and that volleyball squad. How much you were enjoying that with what those ladies are doing?
Well, again, Brooke's a former Knight. She graduated from Fairview, went to Creighton and played, and came back and wanted to give back to the program. And I think through the years she's had teams that have been successful, but this is a special year. When you can get into the last week of the season undefeated. I know it was a tough loss when they lost to Fossil, but then they came back and beat Rocky the next night, which is really helped solidify what they've done. And they beat Creek early in the year. They have a tournament left, and I'm just really happy to see her be so successful.
Well, and adding to that community field, don't you have one of your assistants who used to play for her about 4 years ago that's back on the squad
Yes,
after playing
certainly.
for CU?
Yes.
Spencer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
she's helped out, and I think it's good for both of them. We always love to bring our kids back. We feel that once they're part of our program, they're always part of our program. And we've just had a lot of success in all of our sports of bringing people back. This pretty nice catch.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
That's the Panier right there. How about that?
You really
the big
don't
old
wanna-
tight end down the seam and a one-hander.
Make the call, Frank.
You just really don't want to ever take your eyes off the field. I mean, they're so explosive, and again, Johnny makes plays, and Steve, that was a great catch he just made. So,
There's those soft hands, and I
Yeah.
referenced Todd Christensen. Like he's that kind of guy, including the soft hands to make catches, and he just showed it on the football field there.
24 yards there on that catch. So Fairview moving, first down and 10 from their own 45. Photo pumps. He wants to try to get somebody deep, but he's going to throw it up. Almost intercepted. The DB did a nice job to kind of stay with that time. That was Crockett on the coverage of Tim May.
Do we touch hoops? What do you think? Do we talk basketball?
Well, Johnny plays basketball, so we hope he gets there healthy.
Okay, gotcha. So that'll be the thing that we'll finish off with. In regards to basketball, Johnny, just stay fresh and healthy, because Coach Frank Lee is awaiting him.
He's he does some magical things on the field, on the basketball court. He does it in baseball. He just gets out of. I was talking to Coach Eric down on the sideline a few seconds ago, and he was talking about, when people are stuck between first and second or whatever, he has an uncanny ability to get out of that. He just gets out of messes. So hopefully he'll be able to do that in basketball also. I think the other thing I wanted to mention is our soccer team's winning 4-1 right now in the first round of the playoffs. They're playing Thunder Ridge. So again, that's another team that's been pretty successful this year. They started out rocky, and they've had a really successful last month and got into the playoffs and hosted Thunder Ridge tonight. And they're ahead 4-1, so I hope that holds up.
Got hot at the right time.
And our kicker,
That's what I was going to ask you. Was it
Yeah.
Raul?
yeah, Raul's on the soccer team, so he'll get over here for the second half, we hope.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I remember in the Monarch game, it worked the other way. The soccer team had a big game coming up. Raul kicked for the first half and then disappeared. Coach had told me that's what's going to happen.
He's such a weapon, and he'd never played football before this year. And how far has he come? He's having a tremendous year in soccer also.
Wow. 3rd and 27 here, or 2nd and 27, excuse me, for Fairview. Actually, 2nd and 28. But we're going to try to get half of that back. The catch over the middle up to about the 33-yard line there. First catch made there for Fairview, and actually I hadn't even put him on the roster. Quinn Sharp, the sophomore, with the catch.
Well, as they said up here, Frank, I want to thank you for dropping by. Appreciate that. A lot of success in Boulder.
Yeah, we appreciate you doing what you do for high school athletics.
We try to do our best, and of course it's for these guys out there. And in the case of the Knights football squad, they're entertaining too, so we get nice rewards out of this.
Right.
Well, we're in 4-down territory now, so we'll see how it goes.
right, exactly.
Going up top, he's looking for May, and it's knocked down. Boy, I'll tell you what, Jared Crockett thought maybe he had a shot at that one. Good to see Coach Lee. And here's a funny thing. We could just keep the third headset on him, and he'd stay. I know he wants to get down and get over to the other side and get with the fans and the players over there. But you and I have stood in gymnasiums around the area and had long conversations about just sports in Fairview High School.
Yeah, remember the last time we had a basketball assignment in the dungeon up there?
Yep.
I think the janitor had to boot us.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
They were like, we're done.
Yes, you three, stop. Yeah, always enjoy a visit with Frank Lee, athletic director from Fairview High School, and him bringing up the soccer team, too, along with the volleyball team and what you're seeing with the nice football squad. Things are happening quite nicely.
That's a nice cycle
Yes.
for Fairview. The fair catch called for by Legacy's Hayden Anderson and the Legacy defense as we were having our conversation. Bow in the backs a little bit. They forced the second punt of Fairview.
Well, that's a nice stop for the Lightning. And they're only down 14. They have an offense that has been improving and putting points on the board. They have a gifted D1 caliber quarterbacks, 2 nice running backs, still definitely in this football game, which, again, we have to qualify, is for a conference title.
Right. Huge, huge game. Handoff. Connolly. No room over there on that left side. And a lot of that has to do with Carlo Kemp. No gain to the back to the 25, so second down and 10 here. By the way, you can get your school's games live streamed, whatever it may be, basketball, hockey, rugby, any sport. Email Phil at streamitsports.com for details. All right, second and 10 coming up here from the 25-yard line. By the way, an opponent that Legacy saw in Fountain Fort Carson, they are rolling over Legend 21-0. That just starting the second quarter right now.
Mitch Johnson, his crew, they've got toughness and big boys. They suffered a loss last week, which I don't think many were going to call them. Yeah, losing to Castleview, I don't think a lot of people were going to call that one.
And Castleview is a scary, another one that's going to the playoffs, so they're just scary enough coming out of that Continental. Jeffco champions, it appears. Ralston Valley beat Pomona last week, and they are beating up on Mullen 35-7. That in the second quarter right now. So the Mustangs getting poised for a nice run in the playoffs potentially.
That is a very talented football squad, very well coached. You know, Ralston Valley, I kind of think of them same storyline as Cherokee Trail under Coach Monty Thielen. Those two programs, both of them, have done so much, everything but get to the big stadium.
Yeah.
And I think each of those coaches, they're aware of that, and they would admit that. And Ralston may have the horses, Mustangs, to be able to pull that off this year. Very, very talented and tough football squad at Ralston Valley.
Second and 10. Got a blitz coming. Double barrel blitz off that right side. Lynch will throw and short of the intended receiver in Robinson there. That was his safety valve, but again, Lynch trying to run sideways and put any juice on it. Couldn't get it done.
Good pressure coming from the likes of Nathan Bayer, the senior, along with TJ Kabidi. We haven't talked about him a lot because not a lot of interior runs coming this way. I'd love to watch number 4. Look how he's built.
Yeah.
TJ, the nose guard, using that great leverage.
Short and squatty, and it's okay to call him that because that's what you need in a nose guard.
He makes plays.
3rd and 10 here from their own 25. Legacy trying to get out of that 3-and-out setup. They set the screen up. It is.
I think
could
that's
be
an
picked
interception.
off.
Yes, a D lineman has his hands on the football.
Oh, how about that?
You gotta wake up, coaches!
That big old 19 right there, that is Dimitri Brown, the junior linebacker. Read it perfectly and picks it off.
Yeah, and that's just using really an advantage in the mental game, right? He just flat out read it.
Yeah.
Jumped in front of it, and now just put Fairview with an opportunity to put another 7 on the board before we get to halftime here.
Well, this is a huge momentum turn because Legacy has stopped Fairview twice now, but now the Knights are in the red zone.
Well, in terms of total war, defense was having problems for Legacy, allowing points. They made 2 stops. Now you need your offense to get something done. And here Dimitri Brown makes a play to allow Photo to be able to be in this position.
Photo to the end zone, touchdown. 1 play, 1 throw, and the touchdown. And that's McWilliams with his 2nd touchdown tonight.
That Probably goes on that highlight package.
Yeah, part of that montage.
Uh-huh. Just leapt for it with his 38-inch vert in between defenders and brought it down for a touch.
McWilliams, they've got him listed at 5'9", 160. He is not 5'9".
No.
I
think that's the reverse.
I'll tell you what, McWilliams got 2 touchdowns tonight, though. Johnny Photo's thrown 2, 28 touchdowns on the season now.
Yeah, that was real fast. I was kind of leading towards Fairview having a chance to advance that 20 yards just before halftime. One play.
Yeah.
Just like that.
One play, got it over with. Well, that is a huge turnover, and we talked about it, momentum shift, but then quick strike. Went to put the boot on the throat there, and they've scored the touchdown now 28-7. And to go into halftime with a lead like that.
Yeah, again, so much nice work done here in the second quarter by the Lightning defense. Nobody had scored here in the second period, frame, stanza.
Get the only magazine in Colorado featuring every school in the state's football program, featuring some of the top players, including the All-Colorado team. That's Colorado Football Magazine. You can order yours today. Go to coloradofootballmagazine.com.
Refreshing and checking those scores. We have a couple of big ones involving teams in the top 10 will certainly be up top there. Ralston Valley fine against Mullen, Fountain Fort Carson with that 21-0 lead in the second over Legend. And then one I wanted to check out with Jeffco football, Lakewood Columbine. That has some history behind it. 14-7 Tigers over the Rebels.
Absolutely.
That's in the back end of the first.
The kick to the right. How about that? They were trying to smother them. Just go ahead and go with the onside, or at least, put it on somebody. And instead, Legacy's got the football here, so the opportunity to try to get something going. Over the middle, the catch there as he finds Paulson. Amadou with the tackle, but Paulson, the big tight end, with the catch.
Paulson, a two-way stud, been doing a lot of work from his defensive end position tonight. Now involved in the passing game. And you see how pretty it looks when Lynch connects with one of his receivers. That hint of why Legacy has been able to put up big points, 28-52, 35-35 in the last 4 games.
Just the second completion by Lynch all night. Looking for his third over the top. Did he make that catch at the 6? You bet he did. Rauscher with the catch. Jack Rauscher had to go down and get that one. The DB never saw it.
The DB was in a great position, but Rauscher makes a play. Sometimes that's got to happen, using that leverage, the shoulder, the duck under move to make the play.
Second catch for Rauscher tonight. They give it off. Connolly spinning into the line. He's going to get held up there, though. Well, guess who? Called his name out a couple of times, and we call it out again, and that's Dimitri Brown right in the middle. And don't forget, Kabidi is there as well. Kabidi just clogging things up.
You haven't called Connolly's name too much. I mean, we're talking about a near 1,000-yard rusher.
4 carries, 7 yards. Has not been able to get going here tonight. Of course, Matt Lynch with that long 39-yard run to set up their first and only touchdown, trying to get 2. Lynch looks right side, going to the corner. Caught, touchdown, Lightning. He finds Dalton Royer on the near side. The quick out, and Royer with the catch, and they cut the lead in half with the impending PAT.
That's a nice moment for Royer. Was unable to play the previous game, and here he comes back in. And all things considered where we are with this scenario here, Fairview running away 28-7. No, Legacy has an answer with a nice long drive and a beautiful connection between Lynch and Royer.
We're going to stop things here. Flags went up. before that kick. 3 yards on the pass. Well, because they blew the whistles to stop it, the kicker was like, no, I already kicked it through. They say, nope, we stopped it, and you'll have to kick it again. Or move the ball from the 3 to the 1.5. Maybe think about 2 here, or you just go ahead and take the point. Everything's fine with this one, and now the lead cut in half, 28-14.
Well, it only took them less than a minute to get down the field. So I like that mental resilience on the part of Legacy. Just gave up points after giving up the interception at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it could have been a crusher.
Right.
Can you survive the dungeon? Join elite personal trainers Famey and Megan in the new Dungeon X competition classes. You can email Matt at 60strength.com with the subject, I can handle the dungeon, for more information. By the way, we're looking for the next level student athlete player of the game. Well, got a handful to choose from, that's for sure. As the Lightning get set to kick this one away. 1:17 to go in the first quarter, taken at the 9-yard line. And Ryan looking for some room. He said he's going to take it right up the middle of the wedge to the 31-yard line. For Fairview, you can't relax yet. Legacy's shown that they can put together a couple of drives. That one started from the 48-yard line of Fairview. Johnny Photo back out there ready to go, and he'll hand it off to Harvey. Harvey hit at the 35-yard line there and stood up.
Is that 34? The Bolt, Evan Baugh.
Fired right in there.
You see plays being made for that Legacy defense, despite the 28 you see on the scoreboard.
4 yards for Harvey. He'll go back to the ground. They're just going to milk this one a little bit. Baha is over right in the middle of that, too. Along with Fannin. And Connor Touchton. That run to the 37 for Harvey. Harvey doesn't have to carry as often. 5 carries, 17 yards. Photo going back to the air. First down and more to the 45-yard line. And that is Tim Ryan with Baugh. A tap on the back of the helmet. Saying nice catch, and I got you. 8 yards there. And
I think
stop
Photo
the clock here.
And Coach McCartney, they want to hoist one perhaps.
Maybe take a
Hail
shot.
Mary, yeah, about 55-yard line. See if you can get a jump ball with 2 or more receivers down the field in good position. There would be no other reason for Photo to have such urgency to get up there and spike the ball. Of course, we could be wrong. Here comes the draw play. Handoff fullback.
Right. Well, you never know. You get 11.5 seconds left on the clock. Tough to tell there. Photo goes to the right side. Got a receiver there. Steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Royer. And my apologies to Quinn Sharp. Sharp with a couple of catches tonight.
There aren't many football teams who could run the offense like this in this situation with such precision.
They've got 6.2 seconds left. Got to be a quick throw or throw it away. Steps up. Nope. Going to take a shot to the end zone. Now he's going to run with it. And time has run out, and he'll drop the ball and head to the locker room at about the 35-yard line. his eyes they were downfield, then they were looking for a place to run, downfield again, then took off running, then looked at the clock and went, well, never mind. It's over.
Right.
I don't need to get tackled here, and I'm just going to step out of bounds. In the meantime, Fairview with a 28-14 lead here as we head into halftime. By the way, high school athletes looking to play in college need a recruitment video, period. Don't settle for your team's game film. Stream It Sports can provide player-focused filming and editing to highlight your skills. Oh, look at all the pink headed out there. The youngsters going to put on a show for us as we head into halftime here. We'll remind you that we are looking for the next level student athlete player of the game. We've got a list of them for you. We'll name them when we come back after halftime here, about 15 minutes. We'll update you on some scores from around the area. A lot of those ought to be getting to halftime by now, and we'll give you first half stats as well. All of that when we return. It is Fairview up on Legacy, 28-14 here on Stream It Sports.